Hi everybody, WaxFraud here, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Hardcore Minecraft Let's Play series. Right now, we are rowing through a brand new custom river that we built in the last episode, and this is as cozy as it gets. We have custom flower fields from the overworld and the nether. We have water flowing in from the farms that are helping these custom coral reefs flourish down here. It feels really good to have the Sniffer Sanctuary entirely covered up, completely with farms. We even have a giant wheat field over here now, and man, the whole world is just coming together. I gotta do custom coral reefs more often. These look gorgeous. There's a couple things I'd like to work on today, and you can probably tell from the title of the episode, we are going to be working with the new Tiny Takeover update. That's right, we have baby animals that can be permanent now with the golden dandelions. I'm gonna grab some chicken eggs real quick. I gotta see what these baby chicks look like in the coop. Oh, it's our first baby chick, and we slapped him immediately. He's pretty quick. We officially have the cutest update of all time. Heading down to the flower storage room real quick. Oh man, we have a bunch of dandelions. And you may have just seen from the crafting recipes unlocked that we have the golden dandelion, and I just remembered right now that we can now craft name tags. That is amazing. All you need is a copper nugget, gold nugget, iron nugget, and a piece of paper. That is kinda cool. You know, I never really minded trading for them with the librarians though. Let's get a couple of these guys crafted. Looking beautiful in the inventory. But how do they look outside? And of course it starts raining as soon as I go outside. It is always raining. Can't go a single episode without it raining. Let's see, golden dandelion right next to the other dandelion. Wow, look at the difference in those. Pretty cool though. I want to see these pretty much every time I leave the house. I'm going to put a couple of them scattered around the village. What are you doing, Iron Golem? Are you stuck between a dripstone and a hard place? What's going on? I'll replace that poppy right there. We'll get that dandelion replaced. That should be good. The rest of these are going to make in permanent babies. All of the baby animals also look different in this update as well. So let's get a new baby cow real quick. I want to see what this guy looks like. Oh my, look at him. He looks adorable. We're going to feed him a golden dandelion. Okay, so he should be permanently a baby. I'm gonna say right now, I did not really enjoy that sound that you hear when you feed the golden dandelion to a baby. It sounds kind of weird. The baby sheep is adorable as well. Look at this guy. Wait, he's not looking at... He refuses to look at me. What's up? Look at him. All right, you get a golden dandelion. My question now is, can I change the baby sheep into a color? Yes, you can. That is super cute. Also, guys, bear with me during this episode. I recently had to get a new mouse because mine of about 5-6 years, anyways, it was kind of old, it broke. And I had to replace it, and it's a slightly different shape, which means my hand is taking a little bit of getting used to. Have you guys ever experienced that? If you're playing on PC, you change a mouse, and the shape is slightly different, and it just feels really weird? Just gonna take a little bit of getting used to, but should not be any big deal whatsoever. Let's take all the torch flowers out that we planted in the last episode. We have unlimited torch flowers and unlimited pitcher plants. The harvest from the Sniffer Sanctuary has been bountiful. Just so this episode moves along smoothly, I created a surplus of the golden dandelions, and I also need to get a small area for them to get stored in, so boom, right next to the cactus flowers. We have plenty of space for more flowers down here, and the more the merrier. Please, Mojang, add more flowers always. The recent flower additions are absolutely amazing. I have an area where I would like to build a daycare today for the Tiny Takeover update, and that is going to be Plains biome specific. I'm going to do a couple different daycares in this world, and they're all going to be biome specific. Over here, right next to the auto sheep shearing wool farm, is a giant field of what used to be lots and lots of grass and sand, and now it's mostly just sand and stone out here, so we're going to have to turn all of this into moss, and we can do that in no time, but first, I want to make some baby chickens permanent out in this field because this is where the daycare is going. Look at this little guy. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, you are getting a golden dandelion, sir. That sound does not match the flower. It is insane. That is a huge munch for a tiny animal. And yes, you guys can get yourselves named after these animals in the Twitch streams if you stop by. It is twitch.tv/WaxFraud. Feel free to stop by anytime. We'll leave these guys out here to graze the field. I'll be back to do a little bit more landscaping, but I have something that I've been meaning to do this entire series, and today we start. That something is something that you might be anticipating yourself. It's something that was in the last few hardcore series, and that is Rainbow Mountain. I'm down here today because we are completely filled up with all of the wool. We have way too much. We have so much wool. It's insane. I think it's time to start building. On sea level, I'd like to start with some cyan and then maybe move into green, lime green, yellow, orange, red, and so on. Before we leave this area, I gotta tell you guys something. I did decide on a brand new name for this area, and you guys came up with a bunch of cool names in the comment section of the last episode. But ultimately, the most fitting name that you guys came up with that I decided on was the Coral Canals. Or it could just be the Coral Canal. I'm not sure if it's going to be singular Coral Canal or Coral Canals, but either way, it is too fitting. This is definitely looking like a Coral Canal. Thanks again for all the name suggestions. I really do appreciate it. I had a blast building this area, and so it was fun getting to name it after it was all said and done. But enough chit-chatting. Let's get out of here. Let's go to that desert in the west and see if we can make ourselves a nice rainbow mountain in this series. I haven't been over this area for anything other than grabbing some coral reef. We just need to fly over the Copper Keep and I think go about 1,500 blocks this way. This is quite the journey. We are probably going to have to make a nether portal out here, otherwise I'm going to be wasting rockets on these back and forth trips. And here's the desert. We found it. Always love coming back here, grabbing some extra cactus flowers. Anytime I can, I'll be grabbing some more of these. I need to make a cactus farm so I can get unlimited. Just another thing to add to the to-do list. You guys might notice something that I notice, and that is that this desert is enormous. And also, it's not entirely connected. There are bodies of water in between these bodies of sand, which means there's going to be lots of rain, thunder, and lightning over the water. I cannot put any wool anywhere near it. But I think we should get started. I have some cyan. Let's go ahead and just place this down on the beach. And I mean, it's simple as this. We just need to work our way up from here. I went ahead and preemptively torched up the beaches so I didn't have to worry about any potential creepers, and I'm very glad I did that. So right here actually is a good example of what I was just talking about. I'm going to take this out real fast and get away from this grass because I'm in the river biome at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and get back here. We'll bring the water into the desert, but the wool must start in the desert. Sometimes the river biome is going to be a little bit too big, which is fine. That's okay. We can go ahead and put some lightning rods here and there every once in a while, but if we can avoid a river biome, let's go ahead and try to avoid it. So this first mountain we're making is going to be huge, and I'm realizing that this is going to be a giant mountain range, and altogether it's going to be the largest rainbow mountain that I've ever worked on. We're going to be taking care of a lot of this on stream because this is just way too much work for one video. However, I do plan on doing a Rainbow Mountain long play where I take care of a mini mountain, and I will have a dedicated episode later on. I think Rainbow Mountain is a pretty good spot for a shepherd trading hall. So much cyan. It's always pretty cool being able to see the mangrove swamps near the desert. It's such a wild contrast in between the biomes right next to each other. We are pulling up on a village too, and oh whoa, there's an iron golem all the way up on the top of that desert temple. That's kind of wild, but we're pulling up on the village, and I don't know if I'm going to end up putting the village under the Rainbow Mountain or on the outside of it. I'm going to guess there's about a dozen different villages in this desert area, so we might have to bury some of them, but we should leave some of them on the outside. I've never made a custom desert village, and I still want to do that. We could always just go to a different desert biome and do that project, and then just bury all of these villages. There's so much to think about. Okay, this might be a coastal Rainbow Mountain village instead of an underground village, because I'm just kind of going along the coast, and Rainbow Mountain is now just naturally heading behind the village, so these guys are in the clear. They get some more sunlight. Rounding the corner, we are about to connect. Okay, perfect. Now I have some green wool. This is going to be the next step up, and there's going to be some times when I put the green on top of the cyan like that, but most of the time I'm going to bring it back by one block because we need to start treading towards the top. But I like to randomize it, so every now and then you'll see me put a green right on top of the cyan, and do that with every other color too. But yeah, if you find the placing of wool relaxing, feel free to stop by the streams for Rainbow Mountain building. I'll be doing this on YouTube and on Twitch. Now might actually be a good time to go back and collect all these dead bushes. I used to decorate with them a lot more, and you'd put them in plant pots, put a leaf on top of them, but I don't do that too much anymore. We're going to start doing that again. Approaching the finish line. Boom. Okay, so now I did bring some of the lime green with me and some yellow. Let's move into the lime green. It is the inevitable next step that only makes sense, but you guys will see that these are going to take a little bit longer than normal because I do have to go back and break down these guys that are behind. Otherwise, we'll be wasting lots and lots of wool. See, now it's all starting to come together. Cyan moving into the green. I mean, it looks pretty good, but yellow is where it starts to take off. Adding in the warm colors to Rainbow Mountain, now this is some powerful stuff. My favorite part about this build is just being able to randomize it. I love just being able to go in and do whatever I want with the free will that I have. Nothing is planned with this build at all. So it's kind of like the rest of my builds, but this one is just a little bit more organic. I'm not even accidentally planning anything for Rainbow Mountain, I'm just winging everything. I think this is the windswept savanna biome, but sometimes they're just floating in the air, and I always find that to be kind of funny. But hey, the yellow mixed with the green and cyan, not looking too bad so far. I'm just gonna have to poke away at this project bit by bit. There's no way I can finish it all today. There are many, many mountains that are going to be built, and this is just the start of it. I'm glad we were able to start it today, though. What I'm gonna do is fly back home and get started on this brand new tiny takeover daycare. Quick little pit stop, though. I do see a jungle temple, and I don't think we've been down here yet. Here's what I like to do with these. I like to just take out the top so that we can get some sunlight in. I don't like to deal with any surprise creeper action. Not today, not tomorrow, never. Then when I'm sure there's no creepers on the top level, we can move down. Yes, I have some torches. 12 should be pretty much just enough. There's a couple redstone traps down here. Let's just get some of these torches in, and I'm gonna break through the sides. All traps are gonna be rendered useless. Sorry about that. What do we got here? Bunch of gold. I'll take that. Oh, did I just actually get hit with the trap? No way! I think this is the first time I've ever done that. That's hilarious. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna take this down and just get all the materials. Give me the sticky pistons, too. Break on through to the other side. There's one more chest over here, and we'll get you broken. Give me the extra dispensers and more gold. Hey, that's pretty great. That just means more golden dandelions today. Alright, well, I'm glad we stopped by there. That was a job well done. Get on out, head back home. With the new update and shaders combined, it's kind of funny. Sometimes my Minecraft skin is transparent. I look like a ghost right now. I am enjoying that a lot. Sometimes it's the little things you get the most joy out of. Back at home, I'm gonna head... Oh, wait, I'm passing over the goal board. Perfect. Okay, hold on a second. Custom River, we're taking this one out. Get out of here. And you know what, Sniffer Sanctuary? You're getting out of here, too. Alright guys, from the original goal board, we still have Camel Sanctuary, Horse Stable, Frog Sanctuary, and Blaze Farm. 4 very fun projects that we can get done after we do the Tiny Takeover Daycare. And we'll do more daycares, but right now we're focusing on just the one before we get into the stables or Camel Sanctuary. But I'm stopping at home real quick to get the bone meal, and let's head back to the fields. So as you can see, this is looking a little barren. We need to turn this into moss. I'm going to start here, work my way down the line. It's nice to start with just one moss block and kind of spread it all throughout the beach. And I'll take this copper down here too. Thank you very much. Five minutes of bone mealing, not too bad. It's already looking a lot more lush. And we can start taking all the moss out one layer at a time. Looks like we're exposing some caves. Yeah, this looks like Creeper Central down here. Instead of turning this to moss, I'm just gonna quickly open this up. Let's get some sunlight down here. Let's see, real quick, can we hop down? I don't think anything is behind me. Oh yeah, we got a skeleton down here. I see you, buddy, but you don't see me, luckily. I think that might have been the only guy. There's Enderman tracks everywhere down here. We lit it up, get the stone out, collect the moss. That's what we do. I just realized right now that since this guy's a baby forever, this adult chicken is going to have a follower for the rest of its life. That's absolutely hilarious. Okay, you might be able to see that we have made our way all the way up the hill and kind of covering up everything. That should be the last spot right about there. A little bit of sandstone to still get out right here, but now we can create some small retaining walls that terrace all the way down to sea level. As usual, we're going to be building the retaining wall with the tough bricks, the mossy stone bricks, and the mossy cobblestone. This can kind of just be whatever shape we want it to be, so I'm going to actually start right here and start to move out like this, kind of randomize the blocks. This is probably still my favorite block palette for retaining walls, and probably always will be. I don't really have any other walls that I want to build. Not too bad, we just gotta keep making our way down to sea level so that we can get a bridge over to the Nautilus Sanctuary, and so that we can smoothly get a path over to the edge of the world. About to throw on some tunes and just build away for an hour while these walls come to fruition. By the way, thank you guys so much for putting in music suggestions in the comment section for the Sniffer video. I was listening to some of the songs that you guys said were your favorite songs, and a lot of them are not too bad. It's awesome how so many people can love so many different kinds of music. Back to building, no more talking, only building. I hear a lot of ha's, which means we have some pillagers. Yep, what are you? Okay, yep, they are all taking aim. Let's just get this guy by himself. Sir, what are you doing out here? I'm gonna see if I can just fly straight down at them. Right here. Boom, you're dead. See you later, buddy. Now that everything is terraced, we just got to get some slabbage up here and bring it all the way across. A couple of these areas look a little bit too plain, so I'll get some bone meal scattered here and there for some extra grass and flowers. Why are you so mad? Hey, get out of the water. There's no reason to be upset. Get out of here. One small field here to take out. A little bit of stone left, and then we can get to building. Well, actually, it looks like there's a little bit of gravel we can take out, too. Oh my god, no way. The baby zombie actually looks pretty cute now. Look at him. That is actually kind of adorable, but very menacing. There is a giant hole in the ground right here that we got to fill up. I already have some torches down there, so nothing should spawn once we cover up with one layer. I don't need to fill it up. That would be quite a bit of blocks. All right, it looks like the baby chicken's down here. We can't let you get trapped. And wait, nope, don't fall. Okay, all right, what are you doing? All right, stay out of the hole. Thank you, appreciate you. The field looks great right now. I'm leaving some holes open for potential ponds, and then back here I'm leaving it some stone because I'm not sure if I want to turn all of this to moss land yet. But for the most part, right here where we're going to be building the framework, this is all moss and good to go except for a potential pond. Time to start building though. I'd like to get this up. We'll go 6 blocks up and 5 over. This build is going to have a wooden structure off to the left side and a stone structure off to the right. Or vice versa, I guess I haven't really decided yet. But if we're going to be building stations for the pigs, sheep, cows, and chickens of the plains biome, it's going to be taking a little bit of space. This thing is going to be tall and wide. Some might say it's large and in charge. I like to play with a few different ideas on stream and gather some ideas from chat as well, so I'll be doing that on stream today. Feel free to stop by anytime. That is twitch.tv/WaxFraud, and I do stream right here on YouTube. Thanks for stopping by if you have been. No way, I just threw a golden egg. I didn't even realize the baby chicken for the new yellow chicken looks... Oh, okay, you know, wait, I was about to say this looks even cuter. Never mind. The yellow baby chick, that's definitely still cuter. We're gonna make this thing go out about, I don't know, 30 blocks or so? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go 1, 2, 3, count up the middle, go boom, and boom, 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 all the way down. It's the last pillar on the main section here, but I don't think I'm going to have any more wood like over here going over to the left side. I think we could fill it up with some stone. Where we're at right now seems tall enough. If we look at this main section right here, off to the left, we do have a small section where I'm going to have some fencing and some gates for the animals and a small building to the left. But off to this right side, we could hook up a new style of building. So I think the foundation for this side is going to end up being a mixture of cobblestone, stone bricks, stone, and cracked stone bricks. We're 17 blocks out right now. I took a right. Hopefully that is enough room. Well, you know what? Let's just take a look back real quick. That is pretty close, actually. There's a little bit of an extended area on the left side, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be equal. On the stone, we'll bring the spruce out by 1 layer. I'm dividing this next section into 4 different parts, and it's going to look like this. So I'm going to bring it up. Wait, I might need to bring it up 1 more. The far end over here is going to be a 7 by 7 block. Then I'm making a couple of smaller 5 by 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop down. As you can see, I did start a second floor. I'm using oak planks right here. I'm going to bring up the 5 by 5 blocks 1 more time. And that might not be tall enough, so I'm bringing it up 3 more blocks. Down on the part that connects, I am switching it up a little bit. So I'm going to have a 1 by 1. Then we bring it up with another square that's 7 by 7 into a 1 by 1. Not too bad. This area over here is looking a little bit heavier, so I might need to get a tower for sure on the left side. I do want the animals on the second floor, so in order to attract them up here, we're going to bring some grass, because these guys love the grass. Pretty sure there's a little bit of moss down here that I'm going to have to take out, because they do not enjoy the moss, they only like the grass. Thought it'd be cool if we opened up windows on the front and back from this side too, just so that we can have some grass balconies. I'm not sure which animal this area is going to be for, but they are for sure going to have a pretty sweet balcony view. I'm going to keep on opening up a little bit of space for them. I really like how that opens up the second floor. Not too bad at all, but before we get too crazy with the exterior details and the roof, I'd like to at least get these walls built. I have so much cracked polished blackstone, we are using this for the first floor today. I do love spruce, but I'm starting to think that stripping this to make it strip spruce, yeah, this is going to be better for this project. This is going to take a minute. I like the vibe of this a lot more. I'm leaving some of the unstripped spruce up there just for now. I'm feeling it out, but the rest of it is stripped, and I like this a lot. I think that chicken does too. Second floor, I'm going to use some composters. I just really enjoy using these as walls. Let's see what a little bit of diorite looks like on top of the composters. On the other side of the build, I'm not going to put a wall on the first floor. We're going to leave it open for some wooden fences. Now for this second level walls, I'd like to get right back into the diorite. Let's keep it continuous. This is all pretty much the diorite that I got while I mined this entire field out, so it's all getting put to good use. Off to the side, I'm going to do some more blackstone walls, but where we have the unstripped spruce, I'm going to have to do something different. We'll bring some blackstone on the second story of the building off to the right, but for the unstripped spruce, we're going to have to use a different wall. Something that'll look good in between 2 blackstone extensions. And I already have the diorite on me, so let's just see what this looks like. And I already have the diorite on me, so let's see what this looks like exactly. Now for the windows, we gotta get some decoration going. Let's see here. Okay, so shelves on the side, stairs on the corners. Let's get some trap doors on the bottom as usual. Diorite stair on the wall. We'll get some shutters on the side. Take that out for the window. Sun's going down, which is gonna make this even nicer. We have a glow berry up top, and on the bottom, we'll get a flower pot with an azalea in it, and I think down here, the shelves are going to make that look pretty nice. And off to the sides and in the corners, we could do some wall defense to chain to end rod action using the tough walls. I like incorporating tough here and there. Bing, bang, a little bit of boom, and a little bit of bop. Middle section, same thing up here. I'm going to break open a hole. We'll get the shelves and the stairs in, same with the trap doors. We'll light it up, bing, bang, and yep, I do have my shears, boom, and a little bit of bop. We're going to end it with the light blue stained glass pane. I'm gonna add these everywhere. For a while, I was only using the clear glass. Then I switched to the white stained glass, and now the blue is something I'm enjoying. Kinda like how we did with the Sniffer Sanctuary, I'm gonna take out a couple of the stripped spruce every once in a while and get it replaced with some of the oak logs. It only makes sense. They just blend way too good together. I don't know how much of a yard this is gonna have, so we won't build the path out yet, but I do want some cobbled stairs leading to a cobbled porch. I want to add a little bit more color into this build, so we're going to add some acacia trapdoors as a fence along this balcony. See if we can wrap it up right there. That is decent. Now let's just add it down the side. Nice. Now that looks a little bit more organized. I really like the addition of orange right now. It works in from the spruce to the composters to the acacia wood, and now I feel like it's appropriate to maybe get some of these waxed copper bulbs hung down for a little bit more light. These things look amazing, and I think they're going to fit in very nicely. Now we can continue for more orange down on the bottom. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I'm going to continue using the tough brick walls. Even though we did use this for the wall defense to chain to lantern action, I'm just going to stay consistent. On the second floor, on the very far other side, we could get some acacia fence sectioning off these little grass balconies. And of course it's raining. It is always raining. It just never stops. I brought some oak stairs with me though, because I would like to start connecting everything that I've built so that I can easily get to and from these locations on each floor. Got a nice grand staircase reaching the middle, and that still gives us plenty of room to come around to the upstairs. Ah, this is nice. Now I can come upstairs and add decorations like this hopper that connects to the acacia fence. I'll add some hoppers out here to be able to hang some lights later, but let's get this hooked up. Couple torch flowers on the balcony never hurt nobody. See if I can hop up on the fence. There we go. Okay, so in the corner, I'm noticing some random details that I missed. These little corners, stuff like this, I'm hoping that they don't go unnoticed. Small nooks and crannies that you wouldn't normally see, but since I'm here right now, I can see them. I missed that one too. A couple of bings, a couple of bangs, and, a little bit of boop and bop. Give the building a little bit more structural integrity with more walls and fences. Back down on the bottom of the other side. I'm gonna get some torch flowers down here too real quick. I do want to move up and start decorating up here. It's kind of an eyesore after I had it jut out a little bit to give it more depth in this direction. But now I'm looking at the bottom and we need to start adding a little bit more decoration down here. The balcony looks like it's being held up by the dark oak. And you know what? Now what I'm gonna do is start hanging down a couple more lights. Wait a second, what if we take out the chain and continue using the hoppers, then we use a chain and go back into the copper bulb? Ooh, okay. Make sure all of these are waxed up, then chicken, get out of the way. Oh, wait, hold on, where's the axe? Oh, it's still in the hot bar. Let's do that, then we can get it lit up. Time to move our way up the build. It is time to scale this thing. Let's get the trapdoors on the top and the trapdoors on the side. I have a bunch of plants with me. In this part of the build, we are going to be putting some ferns on the outside. No more neglecting the ferns. You're about to see a lot more ferns in this series. Okay, let's see if we can get a little fancy here. We'll get the stairs so that the glowberry doesn't grow. We'll open up the window, get the light blue stained glass, and I have been trying more oak trapdoors as shutters, and I think they look decent. I think I like using the oak against the diorite and then jungle trapdoors against the composter section. Alright, since this part of the build kind of hangs over itself over and over again, I'm gonna have to have the lights hang a little bit out, and I hope that ends up looking good. Just gotta learn by trial and error, and you know what? I could use a couple more of the trap doors down the center. There's a couple spots where the stripped meets the unstripped wood, and having a trapdoor there makes that look a lot smoother. Got the stone and stone brick slabbage across the side here to start the roof. Let's see what this looks like moving up. I'm gonna keep the slabbage moving for now. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's start moving up the stairs right about now. Let's bring the slope right up. We're gonna immediately start moving into the blocks. Gonna meet perfectly in the middle. I really hope this turned out well. Otherwise, we're gonna have to take out a lot of stone. Big drop right there, and okay. Cool, not too tall, looking pretty nice. Moving over to the tallest roof, and we have an absurdly long overhang over here, but I guess that's just how it is. That's how we decided to build this thing. Can we move up? No, let's move one more, then we get the stair. Only going up 2 in the center before we join up. Take that out, that's going the wrong way. Let's go you right there, boom, and that is barely taller than the other roof. However, it is looking fantastic. We have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 more roofs to get over there. To extend the roofs a little bit further, we're going to use some iron trap doors, and I might be hanging some plants from the corners. But I've been loving doing this a lot in this area. But I have been doing this on pretty much every build in this area, so I'm trying to keep that theme going where the trapdoor just thins out the edge of the roof and comes to a nice close. This roof right here is actually going to be facing the opposite direction. We're going to be going east and west. It'll feel good once the roof is done, because then we can start focusing on this interior. We were using acacia on the bottom, so maybe we could get it to look good as a part of the roof. Building both of these up, it seems like the roof to the right is slightly taller, but I like that. I don't want these to be the same height. That would just look a little bit too organized. You guys can probably guess what's next. We are going to be slapping down some trap doors on anything horizontal, and the shelves on the first blocks that are going vertical. I do want to add some windows that jut out eventually, but these small details on the roof come first. Now with this roof that's going east to west, let's slap some mangrove down and start getting a little bit of red coloring in the roof. Everything on the outside is kind of just my normal build palette that I use typically, and on the inside you might start seeing some wacky color schemes. To add some windows in, I have started adding some of the same stripped spruce logs as well as the oak, going up about 3 blocks. You can actually move it a little bit further in, because this is a pretty large roof, and yeah, of course it's raining. It's always raining. It never stops raining. Get the general shape down. We can just bring the mangrove stairs in for a tiny little roof. Bing, bang, boom, and bop, and these are not going to connect unless I take that out right there. See you later button, you don't need to be here right now. I'll add a couple more on the other side though. Sun is down, it is still raining, it is dark and gloomy, and stuff is going to spawn. Let's go ahead and get some lanterns on the roof. Ooh, I like that. We just need to replicate that 3 more times. Slap some more pale oak fencing in here to close it up, and we also have some black stone buttons to slap down here. I brought with me all the materials necessary to make a little flag on top of each little point on this roof, using the quartz slabs as usual for the flags, and then we get some lanterns in here. Some of these little windows could use some plants hanging from the side too, add a little bit more color up here. Last thing I want to do is add a couple of shelves right down the center. And turning around, we have a giant open space that we kind of need to tend to. This is a big opening into the build, and I need to get this closed up. If I jump back down here, I need to make some more entrances now that I'm flying. I have a lot of interior design to start working on, so I'm going to start getting some of the main blocks in. This area definitely needs a lot of love, so starting with the jungle trapdoor railing. Not too bad. I want to use this area for storage, and I have to put the ladders at least 1 block up, otherwise the baby animals or whatever animals I have in this area, they're just going to hop up the ladders and fall repeatedly and take fall damage, and we do not want that. We need to add a staircase to get ourselves up to that top patio. Hop down to the side. We can use mangrove trapdoors for the railing. A lot of exterior decorations have now turned interior because they are on the inside now, and we're about to close the ceiling, but you know, we could just leave it the same. I don't necessarily have to take out this wall. Let's just see what happens. Let's add some more decorations here and there, see what we can do, and it's raining, of course. It's always raining. Well, actually not in the build anymore. Let's get this closed up. Build the staircase right here to go to an empty room with a bamboo slab floor. This is basically the same thing with some jungle fence. Or I guess those are trapdoors used as a fence. I always get that mixed up. Gotta get some mud brick slabs for the patio floor, though. It only makes sense. It's a nice, cozy, neutral color. This will be fun because it also creates a ceiling that I can now decorate on the underside. We have a gap in the side right here. Let's just get more slabs all the way down. Let me see if I can fly under here real quick. Boom. Oh, perfect. We're gonna have to figure out how to cover that up because we have a little bit of an eyesore now. And the pale oak makes a pretty sweet balcony fence. The bottom floor could use some more lighting. We have a lot of torches down here, so I'm thinking we have note blocks connected to chains connected to the lanterns. Also getting some crafting tables down underneath these gate entrances, looking pretty sweet. I might take this out, but for now I'm just going to continue decorating like it's on the outside of the house. The only thing that's different is I don't really want to add a glass pane window, so I might just open this up a little more. Then we can just add some oak fencing, and I think leaving it open like that is the way to go. Same thing as we did on the outside, we're doing some wall defense to chain to end rod action. This open area actually turned out to be one of my favorite rooms so far. I really like the feel in here. We turn around real quick, we did forget a couple of logs. We can hang some lights from this side too. We can hang some from the other entrance as well for a fully lit experience. Slap some more stairs and trap doors in where we need them. There's a couple of smaller, almost forgotten corners of this build that we gotta make sure that we get. Looking pretty clean, except we should break that open, and we're gonna get that replaced with a little bit of oak fence. Now, when we're in this other undecorated room, we can stay over here, and boom, you can see through. Lots of work to be done, slowly but surely coming together though. I think for a room that used to be outside, this thing turned out to be pretty cool. Running all the way back up to the top where we started. This is going to need a little bit more light, so let's use some end rod spikes, jungle fence, and some end rods. Setting those right on top of the tough brick walls, and that's going to provide enough light for the corner. Let's try to make some lounge areas up here by elevating the mud by one slab. Let me get the nether brick fence, a warped pressure plate, got ourselves a nice little table. Maybe we could get an umbrella up here. I think 3 tall is good enough. Let's get some trap doors up here. Then we'll slap some carpet on top of that so we don't let so much sun through, and perfect. This place is nice. This is where I'd be going on a lunch break if I worked in this building. I do have a couple of other spots where I want to put some chairs, like right out front. We can get some cords, some oak fence, and a pressure plate for a table. I'd like to start working with some extra entrances, because this one is nice, and the crimson door, I think I like this for this build, but I am going to have to add another entrance to the front. This is looking a little bit too plain, and maybe we can bring it out with some more stone. Let's just bring it out 3 blocks. This doesn't need to be too big. Wrapping it around to the other side. Let's bring it up to that second level that we built. Looking a little narrow, so let's make some spikes on the side. That gives us a small foundation to be able to build the wall out a little bit more. Slap some andesite stairs down at the bottom. Go over one more, then we'll use some andesite walls, some acacia fencing, get some chains and some end rods to bring more of that action down to the ground. Now, instead of this being the only entrance, we can walk up, and we have a balcony right here, right below what could be a brand new entrance. All we need to do is take out this dark room right here. Let's get all of this cleared out. That'll expand this bottom room quite a bit too, to add a lot more room. Going back up to that balcony, we could get some floral up in here. Let's take that out. That was wrong placement. Let's go every maybe 2 blocks. Take this guy out in the back. Ooh, maybe get that replaced. Slap you down. Let's go over here, slap you down. Get some acacia fence gates in. This is not too shabby. I feel like all we need is a little bit of flower action. Let's get some torch flower in the corner. Boom. Now just add a little bit of color. Let's get some torch flowers in and a crimson door. We're going to be adding these guys in all over the build. Since I'm down here, we could play with the idea of expanding this little courtyard. I kind of want to bring this out a little bit. Let's start over here. I think we could bring it out by taking out the stair. Let's go 1, 2, 3 gap. Boom, 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 and then add it over to the side. Slap it right back over here, and that is perfect. And now we can get some of our acacia fence back because we've expanded the property. We'll do something similar right here. Let's take that 1, 2, 3. Couple of random spots where we left some details out. Let's get this fixed. Looks like I never really completed this window. We could hop up here. Ouch, that my face. Let's get the campfire up there, and we'll take that out. And not only can we have that little awning, but we have enough room for a moss block right here. This gives us more room for bigger plants in the windows, and we can head back and got a lot more color now. And we'll use some mangrove trapdoors for some shutters to bring that red color to the far opposite side. While I still have my campfires, I did want to put a couple over here. A big awning I think we need to build. And we have another wandering trader. All right, what do you got for me, bub? Let me see. Okay. Ooh, open eye blossoms. I will take those. Thank you very much for coming down here. I appreciate the sale. However, I think you know the rules. There cannot be any witnesses, so you gotta go. All three of you. Goodbye. Sorry about this. This might be a little tricky, but the main area here, let's just go ahead and fence this off. Bring this all the way down the side. Now we have 4 quarters to be able to section. Let's swing the fence around to this main room. Give myself a little bit of room to still walk through the center. This should be plenty of space for these animals. We have 1, 2 over here, and then it even bleeds into here. We have 3 and 4 in the back side. This should be plenty of space for these animals. I feel like giving them access to the upstairs would be pretty fun as well, or I can just make it so that there are villagers that are only up here. Or we have this sectioned off. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 areas right now. We could just breed the cows, breed the chickens, breed the pigs, and breed the sheep over here in the corner. Only 2 of each animal need to go up here. First, I want to complete the floor though, make these pathways nice and colorful. The wart blocks seem to be working just fine. Let's get a hopper into the ceiling and bring the pale oak up to it. Could even put a hopper right here, hang a lantern from that to add a little bit more light down the hallway too. Down the center, 100%, we are going to be just putting in regular path blocks. I'd rather the floors actually be pretty bright, so instead of those path blocks, let's replace them with some quartz, and maybe on top of the quartz we could add some skulk vein just for a little bit of extra color. You know, never mind, I actually do kind of just like it without the skulk vein. The quartz by itself works just fine. Cherry saplings on each side of the fence gates, looking pretty good. I like this center room now. I can start taking out some of these torches and adding in some extra light. Let's get some end rods hanging from the ceiling. And in between all of these end rods, let's get some of the flower pots hanging some torch flowers. It's a messy looking first floor chandelier, but I think it does the job just fine. Couple of hanging lights in the corner. Let's get this all the way waxed right there, and we'll turn you on. At the entrances, we do need a little bit more color and decoration. Some oak fence gate at the top. Let's get some trapdoor right there to create a shelf right away. Everybody needs to know that we are indeed collecting the hay bales. This is what feeds most of the animals. These got to go front and center. Each of the exhibits are actually probably going to need some of this in the corner. Hay bales are going to be a staple in each of these little pens. I don't think we need that much though. Let's just take these 4 out and leave the 1 under the lantern. I feel like upstairs, as a part of the storage, we would end up having some more hay bales up here, so I'm going to get them hung up. And these are going to be everywhere. The hay bales just give you a nice, easy way to decorate the corners of the rooms, especially if it looks like that needs the storage. I am absolutely loving the vibes of this main room right now. It feels pretty good standing in here. Maybe a little bit more light in the center, but for now it's looking pretty good. I would like to get the last crimson door in, and now we just need to hook this up to a pathway. I want to move the animals in, but hooking this up to the rest of the world is going to be the first step. I'm going to have to take out a lot of moss in order to get some of this dirt back in here. Let's wrap this all the way around the new front gate. The path is going to connect to right over here. We can take an immediate right and then dip right back into the path. For me, this is always one of the most fun parts of the builds because you just get to freestyle this path however you want. Got random path blocks everywhere, then you get to add some random oak, some random spruce, a little bit of deep slate, a little bit of cobblestone. Well, usually I do use the cobblestone, but today I'm using these stone brick slabs. The area only really starts coming together once the pathways are lit up though, so let's go ahead and get some stone brick walls down, some oak fence, 2 trapdoors, and boom. And it's really as easy as that to connect all your cities. We'll get some campfires over on this side of the build. When the villagers move over here, they're gonna need some places to chill. I'm trying to decorate this as much as possible on the outside right now, so I'm going back to a classic using the dark oak saplings and also the pale oak saplings. By themselves, these saplings will not grow. I have trees on the outside growing now. I just started planting them sporadically, hoping that it would turn into a little forest. But these saplings right here do need to be a 2x2, so planting them down like this just looks pretty nice along the path. Oh yeah, also, I do need to show you guys. I found out today that with the spear and the elytra, you do not necessarily need rockets. Like, let's say you get lost from home without your rockets, but you do have elytra and you do have a spear. You can do this. Look at that. We are just flying around right now. No rockets necessary. I didn't know you could do that. I don't know if people have already found that out, but that's my first time seeing that. Being able to fly without rockets is a game changer. And I will be using this quite a bit because there's a lot of times where I just run out of rockets. Slap some bone meal down, take the creeper grass out, but definitely make this a little bit more grassy on the bottom. We could even pop inside the fence and move some grass in here, get some more flowers down. Yeah, that looks much better. That is perfect. The best way to light up the outskirts is going to be with the jack-o'-lantern and sea pickle combo, as well as the end rod mushroom combo. The path is not going to be able to light up everything, so we got to use a little bit of extra help. Going back inside for some more foliage. We got to get more cherry saplings on the pale oak fence. And right here we have 2 moss containers. That'll be perfect for pitcher plants. Might as well get more pitcher plants on the outside as well. These are the best looking flower in the game after all. These pitcher plants are going to be absolutely everywhere. In this center room, we might as well start getting this decorated. I'm going to get a crafting table right in the center, and then I have a table I'm going to make that I made right in my starter house. Not sure how that guy got up there. That's a little strange. It does create a small lighting issue. I could just do one little fence with an end rod. Get 1, maybe 2 campfires up here for some decoration. And while we're lighting stuff up, I have some materials in here. I noticed on top of a haystack that I made, it's a little bit dark, but when I look up, you know what? I could solve the issue. We go hopper in the middle, right into a chain, into a copper bulb. Turn that guy on, and bam, there is no more lighting issues. I'm using cauldrons right now as scaffolding, and I'm all over the place right now. Let's just get right back up into the main room. I wanted to use cauldrons because normally I would put composters under leaves, but cauldrons are going to have to be what we use right now because composters are most definitely the wall. Since we have pitcher plants in the middle and cherry in the corners, let's get some torch flowers on them. Oh no, we just composted one. That's tragic, and I just did it again! What am I doing? Okay, just to make sure we don't at least get rid of this one, let's put him on the table too. Something for sure is wrong with me. Let's go ahead and get the flower pot on the deco pot. I'm going to use the dead bush like I said I was going to earlier. Get the azalea on top of that. Hey, not too bad. The azalea's looking good on the ceiling on the first floor. I just had to run back to get some more. There we go. Let's get this in here, and that's not going to block the stairs. We are good. A little bit of skulk on the ceiling here and there, too. I just want this place to feel very colorful. Kind of thinking we should get some of these on the ground as well, so let's get some there. We are going extreme maximalist mode right now. We got the levers, got the lightning rod action going on the walls. We can run upstairs. We definitely need to put these next to the front doors. And we'll throw them to the side like this. Oh man, wait, is anything turning upside? Oh yeah, whoa, the shelves. That's a super strange noise. I completely forgot that the redstone did that. This is kind of just a lobby area where there are tables and couches. We're going to get the tables made up of the cyan carpet. A little bit of amethyst on the ceiling, never hurt nobody. I like putting this every once in a while. I did make an extension on the other side. I should run over there real quick while I have the materials on me. The acacia fence balcony up here with the grass. I'm just going to bring it out here. Connect it to the hoppers. I did forget a hopper right there, but I have some torch flowers to put down. That gives the animals a little bit more room. I'm not actually going to break this off into 4 like I said I was going to do earlier. I'm just going to leave all the adult animals in one area. And we can grab those animals in a moment. I just have a little bit more decoration to do. I think I'm going to put some bookshelves on each side of the big desk. Just got to get some shelves on the outside and some slabs right on top. Okay, looks like there's a couple plants in here that we forgot. Can I get over in here? Perfect. Let's get some dark oak saplings in the window. I'm getting caught up by all these plants right now, and then we're going to get some ferns right down below. I just realized right now the window right next to the stairs does not have any window panes, so we got to get these closed up. The next room up, I would like a little bit more storage for the hay bales, so let's get these right up top. We don't have any golden dandelions in this build yet, so you know what? Let's just get a place where it feels like we are growing them right next to this little wildflower area. It's kind of nice. On the way up to the lunch area, you have to pass a little garden in here. I do have one idea I kind of want to try out on the roof real quick before I call it done. Let's get some white carpet to brighten up the table area. We'll have to take out the cactus, unfortunately. Maybe we can get it somewhere else. But then in between these 2 azalea bushes, let's get a firefly bush so that at night, if we're up here, we can see some fireflies. Not too shabby so far. Let's keep moving down. Each room is pretty much complete. I'm about to move in the animals. I gotta make one table in the center of this room though. Instead of andesite this time, I'm gonna make it out of quartz. I'll just fill this table up with a bunch of random items. There we go. We can get some sea pickles up here too. I don't think we need any light in the center. We have plenty of light in this room already. And the lightning rods on the side are oxidizing, but I don't know if I want to wax them or not. We'll just see what happens. I might change my mind on those. I do want to get some golden dandelions in this center room. Whoa, that looks like it brightens that up. Maybe that's because of the shaders? Do the golden dandelions have a light level? This part right here might not be necessary, but maybe we just get some carpets as a little bit of a path around the house. I think we could even run upstairs. Yeah, there's plenty of room up here. To match the pink carpet outside all the doors, let's get a cherry pressure plate so that we can automatically get these doors opened and closed. Head down to that level. There we go. We could even head over to these doors right here. Boom. And we'll even hop all the way down here to get a big old boom. Looks like we have a good place for some composters now to be able to hold some of these cherry leaves. Alright, right now I might be putting in the final details up at this top level. I just wanted to get a little bit of storage for the hay. Make sure the bottom's covered up. Okay, let's hop down here. This is perfect. And we do have a back secret room right here that you can only get to like this. Watch, so if I go over the pressure plate, you have to get through the gate, go up the ladder, you take a left, or you can go through the other side. But this back hallway, bam, secret room. I do have a couple more decorations I need to get down. Let's go right there and there. And we'll be getting some iron trap doors in to complete the desk on the far side. And this is not too bad. I think we may have just completed the interior, and it might be time to finally move in the animals. Wait, I might have spoken too soon. Let's get the water right here. Oh, why is that not? Hold on, we need to make a water source. Got some sand down there. That should make it so we can get some water sources. Let's put you right there. Perfect. Okay, get you in the corner right over there. Now we got it everywhere, even in the leaf. Now we are done. Hold on, I may have spoken too soon. Let's land down here on one of our new cherry trees. Yeah, okay, hold on. We need a couple of chimneys. We'll start maybe, right, you know what, right on the other side. Let's get back here and let's just pop one out right next to this one. Or it could be like right on the inside of the window right here. Let's see exactly where this one goes. It goes right into the center of the build. Let's see. Let's see if we can break through, do another one right here. Is that going to make any sense? Actually, you know what? It will make sense. Let's get this down and we'll break through this little room right here that we made. Take that out. Keep going. There we go. We're on the top side. Okay, we just need one campfire, 4 spruce trap doors to cover that up. And every time we make a chimney, we just need to put a furnace on the bottom like so. I put this part back together and instead I'm gonna go right up here. Let's just choose, I'm just gonna go right down. Let's see where this goes. Right on the side of the wall right here. Okay, perfect. Let's get another furnace. Take all you guys out. Sorry about it. Appreciate you. Slap you down and we'll go right back up. If we're gonna have full-time babysitters, we're gonna have to have a bunch of furnaces so that we can keep everybody warm and keep everybody fed. Oh my god, the phantoms are here! Okay, whoa, did not know that was gonna happen. Let's get back to the platform. Please let me sleep. What were you thinking, buddy? You are gonna burn. Next up, the library. You know we're gonna need a furnace over here. What if we just go right next to the ladder and then build up with some bricks? Well, I'll have to take out this in front of me first. There we go. Can pop open the roof, and this should look decent. Might be a little tall for how skinny it is. I wonder if we're gonna have to double it up. Or maybe this part of the roof just doesn't need it. Let's just tear this down. Alright, it looks like we have a home for all the animals now. It is pretty much decorated top to bottom. Left to right, there is nowhere undecorated, so let's head up the hill. I'm pretty sure we have pigs, sheep, cows, and chickens all up here. Right away, I see cows and sheep. Yeah, there's pigs, and okay, there's chickens. Alright, well, first things first, let's get a couple of cows and a couple of sheep. It's not too far. We have a little bit of a crowd with us. Alright, come on everybody, step by step. Do not get hurt falling down this mountain. Okay, we are back home. Let's go ahead and bring these guys into the build. Come on, you can get in here, and we will close that up. So we'll open this, and I'm wondering if I can just bring only the sheep over. Come on, you can do it, buddy. And the other sheep is out. Oop, did not mean to feed you. Well, I guess we're gonna make a baby sheep. All right, cow, get over here real fast. And boom. Oh, no. Well, there's the baby sheep. Oh, these guys are stuck. What are you doing? Why are you stuck? Okay, he's in. Let's make a baby cow. You get a golden dandelion, and you get a golden dandelion. Real quick, I bet we have enough time to go get a pig before the day ends. Also, what's going on, Roger? Gotta say what's up to Roger. How are you doing? Long time no see. Next mega build will bring you back into action, I promise. Okay, we got some pigs right here. You're coming with me, buds. Actually, wait, hold on. I kind of want to see a baby pig first before we get down the mountain. What does this baby pig even look like? Oh, that's too cute. Well, okay, that might be my new favorite baby animal right now. I only have 3 out of the 4 animals, but I did realize I only really need... Whoa, I'm stuck on the glow bear. That was weird. It just started shaking. I only really need 3 of the animals, though, because the sheep and the cows and the pigs, they can be bred in here, and the chickens, I can just throw some eggs. I'm thinking pig, sheep, cows, and chickens, so let's just throw them all in here. Get at least a couple of them. I don't think there's anywhere that they can escape either, at least I hope not. But we can give all these guys some golden dandelions so that they stay baby chicks forever. Oh man, they're too cute. Okay, I'm not sure how the pigs escaped, but they did, and I don't know what. Can they just jump high or something? What happened? While we're waiting on more of these little guys to be bred, we can go ahead and start making some more structures on the outside real quick. Instead of just waiting there AFKing, let's be a little productive. We'll have to clear a little bit of space over here, and this is actually something that you saw me build in the mining operation episode, so it might look a little familiar. I believe this just goes up about 4 blocks over 1. Ended up doubling this up over here so that we could have twice the amount of silo. Wait, hold on, get out of the way, Lilac. There we go. We'll slap some nether brick slab on top of the fence. Then let's drop down and we'll start getting the tuff in. We'll use tough bricks, and in between those, we'll use the chiseled. Down below, just to bring it into the center, I'm going to use the andesite stairs. Then we tower up, let's say about 9-10 blocks. Let's wrap this back up with the andesite at the top. Throw some diorite blocks on that into some diorite stairs. Then, of course, we move right into the diorite slabbage at the tippy top. And nothing should be spawning here, but we could get some light. I'm thinking a stone brick wall right back into the nether brick fence into an end rod would work perfect. And we just need to drop down, boom, and get a hopper at the bottom. Alright, so I would like the silo to be dripping down into this area right here. So wait, no, let's take that out. We're gonna go right here and then get the slabs up so it doesn't actually connect to the silo. Bring you through and then go bam, and then we will have this stop right there. Have another one stop right here, and then I'm gonna get some rails in. Have the rails pop out this direction. And this hopper minecart that I'm just gonna put right there can eventually lead to the sand, which looks exactly like a pile of grain when it's next to a farm. At least that's what I think, but I'm gonna get a little messy right here. We'll leave a nice big old pile of grain right outside the barn. Or I guess it's a nursery, it's not a barn. Anything with an animal I always accidentally just call a barn. Not a bad addition to the build, and I like how the path goes in between the larger building. I forgot to put a golden dandelion on one of the chickens, and now they're all following that one chicken. That's awesome. I'm definitely leaving it like that. But we do have some other babies up here, and I think we should probably grab them. Let's get the baby pigs. We'll bring them down in here, and then we'll bring them this way. Pigs, you are going next to the cows. Let's get these little guys put in here. Thank you. Just wait, hold on. Let's shut the door. Now you can chill. And the sheep will come in here along with a pig that decided to escape. Oh, wait, hold on. Pig, you're coming back with me. I don't know what you think you're doing, but you're going this way right there. And I think I lost another sheep that is upstairs. What are you doing up here, bud? Yep, there he is. Nope, stop trying to get in there. Follow me. You're going right into the baby sheep pen. Alright, just now noticing this, baby sheep eat grass at an extreme rate. Whoa, they're eating dirt like it's nothing. The grass isn't going to be able to grow back fast enough if these guys eat it at this rate. Oh, I can hear the fireflies. Let's go upstairs real quick and see these guys in action. There they are. Look at them. From the top to bottom, I think this thing is absolutely done. We have this room. The balcony's looking good. The room that used to be open is also looking pretty good as an entrance into the barn with the adults. I'll make all the babies up here, and when you guys get yourselves named after them on the Twitch streams, I will bring them right downstairs. And all of these baby chicks are looking cute. Maybe not as cute as these baby sheep, though. Wait, where'd the baby sheep go? Oh, they're out here. I thought they ran away for a moment. The pigs, hopefully they didn't run away. No, well, we have an adult pig. That means, oh, another adult pig. What? Okay, I swear I thought I put a golden dandelion on those guys. We do have a baby cow here, though, that is chilling. All the baby cows are chilling, to be exact. Okay, so that's good. Wow, this thing is glorious. I am so happy this build came to fruition. The entrance is going to be coming from the auto sheep shearing wool farm. If I come down here, you can see the 2 towering silos, and then beyond that is the massive brand new nursery that we have built over this episode. I love having all the baby animals down here. Right on top is where we're going to be breeding them all, and this build is so cool. I used as many colors as I possibly could, and I'm glad we did. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Do something nice for somebody if you can. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I really do appreciate all your support, and I cannot wait for the next one. We are approaching 10,000 days. It's getting there. We are getting closer and closer. Just thank you so much for the support on this series. Guys, take care of yourselves. Do something nice for somebody, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye.